So this segment is named God Cannot. And we did two things 2 weeks ago, said God cannot lie, and God cannot stop loving people. Okay? Thank God, God is not like us.
That's right.
Because we can lie in a minute, and we can stop loving people in a minute. Okay? But that was 2 weeks ago. So today we're going to get into, God will not cross your will. Okay? In other words, if you have a will to disobey God, he ain't going to stop you. Now, he'll tell you some things, what the consequences will be, but he will not, make you. If that's what you want to do, listen, if he would, thank God God's not like us, but there's plenty of examples in scripture. Adam, okay? Adam deliberately disobeyed God, okay? God told Adam what'll happen, and Adam did it. I'm sure in your own life, there were things in your own life that you did your will, and God did not cross your will. In other words, he didn't make you. He just laid out, if you do A, this will happen. If you do B, that'll happen. And then here's another part. God is not like us humans, where we're always trying to make people do stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So as we study the scripture, it's important that we know about what God cannot do.
Yeah.
Okay. Because then we can, one of the problems or one of the difficulties or one of the issues is that we apply human characteristics to God.
Yeah.
And we cannot do that. That's one of the reasons of this part of the Bible study. So we can see that God is not like us, and that we can see that there are some things God will not do, cannot do. Not just will not, cannot.
Can't do it.
Never happen. Okay?
Yes,
so
sir.
The next thing, God cannot change.
Wow.
Okay? He is not like us. I may love you today and forget you tomorrow. Okay? I may hate myself and bring damage to myself 1 second, and the next second I love myself.
Yeah.
We human beings are so fickle. We're so up and down. Okay?
Yeah.
But I want to make, which we know, okay, because we are here. We acknowledged that we were born into sin.
Yes.
We acknowledged that we were on our way to hell, and we acknowledged God's hand reached out to us and we accepted it. And in that acknowledgement, we acknowledge that God cannot lie, God cannot stop loving us, God will not cross our will if we decide to do our own will or do something else besides God's will. And we know that God cannot change.
Yes.
There's no need for him to change. He's perfect.
Right.
He's full of himself, and I don't mean that in a bad way. When we humans get full of ourselves, we get a little on the stink side. But that's not our God.
Yeah.
Okay?
God has no flaws.
Exactly. Has no flaws.
None.
None. And I really, in this Bible study, I really want to bring out those things about God, because there's people saying, oh, you can't trust the scriptures because God is changing. One day, if there's a certain religion that says if you don't work hard enough, then you can't make it into his kingdom. Okay? So, and that is a change from what the Bible, the Christian Bible, and here's another thing. You got to be careful with that Christian label.
Yes.
Because everybody's starting to become a Christian. And the key is, what do they believe about Jesus Christ? You want to cut down to the chase? Ask them that question. And in that, let's get to know our God cannot lie. Our God cannot stop loving us. Our God will not cross your will if you decide to go and do whatever. And
Mhm.
our
Mhm.
God cannot
Not
change.
Change.
Okay?
Mhm.
On change, there's no reason for him to change.
Mhm.
There's reason for you and me to change. Boy,
Yes.
there's a lot of reason for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? But there's no reason for God.
Right.
So we have to
Praise God.
take apart
Mhm.
and stop placing human characteristics on God.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Let us start putting on God those characteristics and
Mm.
then allow those characteristics to reassure us in his word. Because there's one thing we need is reassurance.
Yes.
Because we are in a battle and there's a lot fighting us. A lot fighting us.
Yes, the battle is fierce.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
And one of the things that's fighting us is false doctrine.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay?
I agree.
So we got 2 more we'll do next week, and God cannot. At this time, I will stop the recording.